tributes.
Every single head of government in the world knew that they were dealing with a gentleman, a genuine leader, one who was distinguished, resolute, and brave.
Memories.
He loved a good joke. The richer, the better.
Tears.
The best father a son or daughter could have.
And the trip home to Texas as we remember President George H.W. Bush.
Tonight, the former president lying in repose at the Bush Family Church in Houston, Texas. You're looking at a live picture from inside St. Martin's Episcopal. President Bush, as you probably know, was a proud Texan through and through. And now his neighbors back home are getting their chance to pay their final respects before his burial tomorrow. The state funeral today for Bush 41 was overflowing with emotion, but it was also marked by so many moments of humor.
Mr. Bush was remembered as a leader who lived a life of service to the country and did it with a sense of kindness and civility. Thousands lined the streets to pay their respects to the nation's 41st president, the motorcade slowing en route to Washington's National Cathedral.
We received the body of our brother George for burial.
All 5 living presidents gathered for the state funeral. Upon their arrival, President Trump and First Lady Melania greeted the Obamas. Trump and Clintons did not shake hands. Finally, the Bushes. Former President Bush provided a light moment, handing a candy to former First Lady Michelle Obama. The service itself was a mix of the somber and the celebratory. Former Canadian Prime Minister Brian Mulroney remembered his good friend with an old poem.
There are wooden ships. There are sailing ships. There are ships that sail the sea. But the best ships are friendships. And may they always be.
John Meacham is Mr. Bush's biographer.
George Herbert Walker Bush was America's last great soldier statesman, a 20th century founding father.
In the long and honored history of America, there are names that shine like beacons in the night.
Former Wyoming Senator Alan Simpson praised Mr. Bush as a humble man.
And he was a man of such great humility. Those who travel the high road of humility in Washington, D.C. are not bothered by heavy traffic.
And finally, George W., the son who earlier this year helped bury his mother, Barbara, said goodbye.
Last Friday, when I was told he had minutes to live, I called him. The guy answered the phone, said I think he can hear you, but he hadn't said anything for most of the day. I said, Dad, I love you, and you've been a wonderful father. And the last words he would ever say on earth were, I love you too. A great and noble man, the best father a son or daughter could have. And in our grief, let us smile knowing that Dad is hugging Robin and holding Mom's hand again.
The last full measure of devotion, he gave himself to serve the greater needs.
Receive George into the arms of your mercy, into the blessed rest of everlasting peace.
And here is what to expect tomorrow. At 11 a.m., a funeral service will begin at St. Martin's Episcopal Church in Houston. Following that, a special train carrying the casket will depart for a 2.5-hour ride to College Station, where the Bush Presidential Library is located. A short time after its arrival, Mr. Bush will be buried next to his wife Barbara and their daughter Robin. Of course, CBS 4 News will have coverage all day of these final tributes to our 41st President, George H.W. Bush.